Et bonjour, je suis en compagnie d'une personne très talentueuse, la personne de Jennifer Svedberg.
Yes.
How do you say it?
Svedberg-Yen.
Okay, qui est scénariste dans le jeu Clair Obscur Expédition 33, Tititrai, en suédois du coup, parce que j'ai du mal à dire 33 en anglais, je sais pas pourquoi. En gros, elle gère bien sûr aussi le casting de doublage en anglais et qui a un œil du début à la fin sur la traduction pour être sûr que ce soit bien traduit dans toutes les langues. So, Jennifer, first of all, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. Yes, I'm very happy to be in Algiers.
You are living a dream, actually.
Yes.
So I show you are in the real world. Okay, it's not you're not in the dream. So, first question: what was the very first mental image that served as the foundation for writing Expédition 33?
Oh, first mental image.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard to answer. It's like I think it depends for every person. I think they all probably had slightly different like I worked very closely with Guillaume Broche, our creative director, so I imagine he probably had a different mental image. For me, I think the first mental image I had that was one of the very, very original influences that then later became the story. Was an image of a very young girl kind of running down a hallway and her mother is on her deathbed and she's about to lose her mother, and her grandfather kind of scoops her up and takes her away. This was one of the very first images in my mind that then later became elements of the story.
Okay, this is not a spoiler. Okay? The concept of the paintress,
yes,
paintress in French, is very fascinating. Did the writing influence the art direction, or was it the opposite?
It's both. One of the really cool things I think about the process is that the teams influence each other, and so some things art came first, and then the art is so cool that we like put it into the story. So for instance, the axons, they were initially just behemoths, large giant things. We didn't really have any specific ideas about them at that point yet, just that we were going to have something there. And Nicolas, our art director, created these amazing, beautiful paintings of visage, sirène, the reacher, and also the fourth one. So with the 4 axons, Nicolas came up with these beautiful images, and they were so cool, and they immediately sparked ideas in my head about what kind of stories they might be. And at the time, I was also thinking about how can we put in more information about the Descendre family before you actually meet them, because we wanted to make it so that once you meet them, you now understand a lot more, and it's not that they just appear and then you're like, oh, this came out of nowhere. We really we're very thoughtful in terms of making sure we plant a lot of seeds along the way, so that actually if you go back and play a second time again, you will now see all of these elements where you might have thought it meant one thing but actually another. So with the axons, at the time I was thinking, how can we help the player understand more about the Descendre family without spoiling anything? And the axons seemed like a perfect way to do that. And that was an example where the art direction came first, and it was beautiful and gorgeous, and there was a narrative need as well, a problem we were trying to solve, and we used those. And then we came up with the backstories for the axons and had each axon represent one member of the Descendre family. And that way, through that, you can kind of understand a little bit more about Renoir's relationship with each of his family members, and also learn a little bit about the family members themselves. So that's one example. But then there's other instances where in the story we came up with ideas first, and then we give some information to Nicolas and to the rest of the art team, and then they come up with it. So for instance, the gestural village. We knew we were going to create gesturals. We knew we wanted something that was sort of based on Verso's childhood. We wanted these fun characters. We also wanted to have a fun village, and so that was something where the story came with some particular ideas about what that would feel like. They'd be very playful, things like that. And I think Guillaume gave Nicolas some keywords. They discussed some keywords about how to think about the style or the tone, etc. And then Nicolas went off and just created these amazing, beautiful things. His mind is awesome.
I forget to congratulate you guys for the Gotti.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So this is well deserved.
Thank you.
how do you write the sense of emergency for an expedition that knows is it potentially heading to its doom?
So I think there's a couple of different things there. One is within the text itself, and then the second is pacing, and also the third would be structure. I'll start with structure first. Our story is kind of split into the main story path, and then there's side content.
Yep.
And then we have the main path, and then we have the camps in between the levels. That helps us figure out where you are in terms of the overall level of urgency, and if you're in the middle of battle or you're in the middle of trying to get to safety, you're probably not going to have like a nice intimate conversation with each other. But once you're safe at the camps, you can do that, right?
Yes.
And so that's one thing, is just to keep very much in mind like where you are in the game, where you are like in the setting. And so when you're in the level, we don't have those like longer relationship dialogues, for instance, and we want people to be able to explore freely and not interrupt that experience. So first is just being very thoughtful about how we structure the gameplay, the game flow, and where you have pockets of quiet and pockets of more like intensity and battles. And then in terms of the actual like dialogue itself, it depends on where they are in the story and at what point in time, and just being very mindful of what feels organic and what makes sense for that particular moment. And so, for instance, with the comedy and things like that, sometimes you might feel that comedy might detract from immediate urgency when you're on the main path, but you can have it more freely in the side content because you're in the side content, so things like that.
You did it well, very well.
It was a group effort.
Group
effort.
When I say you, this is all the team.
The whole team,
You, Guillaume, and Victor in the writing specifically.
And also the level design team and the gameplay team.
Of course, all the people of the studio.
Yes.
Without spoilers, is there a specific location in the game who's particularly close to your heart, and why?
Particular location in the... So I think one is the Gestural Village. I really enjoy the Gestural Village, and it's just a place that's of more joy and where you can actually relax for the first time in the game, because no spoilers, but at the beginning it's more like tension, it's building tension, rising tension, and you're going through, and this is kind of the first real moment where you can kind of relax.
And talk with other people.
Once you've left Lumiere. And so I really enjoy that part. I also really like Siren's level. I really like
my favorite.
It's really, really beautifully designed. It's just really fun as well, and really cool enemy designs. So I really like that area. Beyond that, I think Lumiere itself. I really love how the team built the actual city of Lumiere, and that was done by, in large part, by one of our team members, Alexandre, who is a master of Houdini. He is a magician with Houdini, and he did a fantastic job building out Lumiere. And same with the environmental team, and the level design team, because they made Lumiere feel really very French, very beautiful, very romantic, fun to navigate as well, and just very cool looking, where it feels familiar but also fantastical. I think they did a fantastic job there.
I know that's very complicated to choose just one place.
Sorry, I can never choose just one.
I understand, because those are very different, but in the same way that they are all beautiful. So. And
I love the world map. The world map is super fun.
More intimate, does your China heritage influence your narrative sensibility in any way for the story?
Yeah, well, I think, so I'm Chinese American, and so I grew up kind of with both Eastern and Western philosophies, and have kind of, over the course of my life, really, through various experiences, sort of found, I guess, my own meaning and understanding in each of those traditions and each of those philosophies and cultural perspectives. And I do think that as writers, inherently how we see the world does permeate our writing. And so there are quite a lot of philosophical elements that draw from that combined Chinese American heritage. And of course also Victor and Guillaume also brought their own cultural heritage as well into the story. So I think some of the themes around family relationships, around responsibility, around autonomy, and the duty we have to ourselves and to each other, that's all been influenced by all of the different philosophies that we've all sort of been exposed to, and also our own personal worldview that we've developed.
This is very, very interesting. I love that kind of explanation. So thank you for this answer. What was the first video game that truly resonated with you because of its writing, not the
because
music,
of its writing.
the writing?
Disco Elysium. It's a very narrative game, but it's got French influences as well, even though I think the creative team is based in Estonia. They even play pétanque in it. It's a really cool narrative-focused game where you wake up as a detective who has lost his memory, and you have to try to figure out what's going on. And you
Like
don't
the
really
movie
know.
Memento.
A little bit, yeah. And it's just really interesting because there's so much philosophy built in. There's so many mysteries and intrigues and really cool characters. And you're going through this world trying to piece together what happened and what's going on behind the scenes. And you can make a lot of choices. There's a lot of different world views represented within it that you can choose. And you can choose which areas that you want to strengthen. And it'll reveal different pieces of information. But it's really cool.
Okay, I will check that.
Yeah.
If you could spend 1 hour talking with any author, writer, director, living or dead, who would it be and why?
I'm so greedy. I want to talk to everybody. Oh, that's so hard because there's so many. I'll give you one from each genre. From TV, I would love to talk to the creative team behind Slow Horses about sort of the rejects of MI5 in the UK, the British spy programs. It's a spy thriller. It's so cool. It's one of my favorite shows. And they do it so well in terms of just how they tell the story, how they maintain the pacing. They have such great characters, and every single season has been so good, and it's so hard to maintain that quality level across like sequel after sequel after sequel. It's hats off to them. They did a fantastic job. Book series wise, this is hard too. Martha Wells, she's the author of a series called The Murderbot Diary, and it's a really, really cool, fun series. Highly recommend people go check it out. It's a series of novellas and books and novels. It's about a murder bot and how it's cracked its own programming. And it could theoretically go rogue and kill everybody, but all it really wants to do is to be left alone to watch TV. But stupid humans keep dragging it into their messes, and they have to go and clean up after them. And it's slowly kind of, even though it's a grumpy character, it has developed a fondness for its human friends, and it's very interesting. I love grumpy characters. It's a very grumpy, sarcastic character.
Like Garfield?
Not so much Garfield, but for games, it's so hard. There's so many people I want to meet and talk to, and so many people I have. So I've actually met the creative director and writer behind Disco Elysium. He's awesome. We were on a panel together in Korea. Robert Hurwitz, fantastic person. So I've already talked to him. I'd love to talk to the team behind Stray, Hollow Knight. I love Hollow Knight, and I'm so impressed at how they were able to do this with 3 people. That's insane. Chance of Senar. It's this game where it's essentially like you are creating a version of the Rosetta Stone. You're ascending the Tower of Babel. Every layer they use a different language with different grammatical structure, and you have to try to figure out, based upon clues, like what the similar words and meanings are, so that you can try to communicate and ascend the Tower of Babel. It was really fun, really cool. I wish there were more levels or more expansion. I want the sequel, so I really want to go play that more.
Okay, I will check this game. It's very
it's really
interesting.
great.
To finish, I always ask the same question for the people who I'm talking about. Which are your 3 video games ever?
Top 3?
Top 3 video games ever. Sorry, but I need to know what kind of game did you like?
Civilization 6. Elden Ring. Top 3 is so hard. Sorry, I
No,
can never
no,
choose.
no,
I'm
it's-
too greedy. I can't just. I'd say it's either God of War 2018 or Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight
Again.
really was just so addicting,
It's very
and it
beautiful.
was beautifully
It
done.
reminds me Ori and the Blind Forest.
I
There is
haven't
a-
played that yet, but I want to.
This is not the same style of game, but it reminds me a lot because of the art direction.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit
Yeah,
same.
but also I think.
So-
And Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry. So that's
course.
like way
Zelda.
more than 3. Sorry.
Zelda,
so
yeah.
I can't choose. Sorry.
So this is a very beautiful top 5. Thank you. No, that's a very beautiful, very interesting because I'm discovering games. So
yeah.
thank you for that.
No problem.
I'm a big retro gamer. I love a lot of retro game.
Yeah.
So I started next gen with Final Fantasy remake. So this
Oh
is
yes, I have to play the Final Fantasy series.
So okay, thank you for your time. It was a very big
What
pleasure.
are your favorite? Sorry, I interrupted
no,
you.
no, no
What
problem.
are your favorite games? Your top 3.
It's complicated.
I know, right? You asked me. I know. I'm asking you.
My favorite game ever is Final Fantasy 7
Ooh.
because it was my very first RPG that I played seriously.
Yeah.
Before on Super Famicom, I play Secret of Mana, but it was in English and I don't know English, so
yeah.
this one was in French, and I love the character, I love the music of
Yeah.
Nobuo Uematsu,
Yeah.
and top 1.
Mhm.
Number 2, it's Metal Gear Solid
Yes.
by Konami,
Yes.
because it was the first time that I feel like playing a movie game,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
we have a French dub in
Yeah.
this
Mhm.
game. I love the French dub, even if a lot of people in French find this very ridiculous, but
Oh.
I love because we feel like a real movie. So
Yeah.
and number 3, I talked to you in off about Yennefer.
The Witcher.
So I'm a big fan of
Yes.
The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
I discovered with the TV series, Netflix
Mhm.
series, so I really fall in love. For me, it's one of the best games ever. And of course, Clair Obscur was a very big surprise. I find a lot of inspiration of RPG like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I know that Guillaume is a big fan of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of inspiration
Mhm.
in the fighting system. So
Yes.
it was a very good sensation to play a game in a next-gen console.
Yeah.
Like that fighting system. It
Yeah.
remind me the old RPG.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot
Dragon
of homages
Quest,
and
so, yeah.
honoring of the classic JRPG traditions. Yeah.
With French influence
Yes.
even for the name Renoir and Aline.
Aline. Mhm.
Those people existed for
Yes.
real.
Yes.
So this is good to have the French culture in the
Yes.
game. This is so rare.
The Belle Époque is a very important period
Yeah.
of time, not just within France. Its influence was far-reaching. The Belle Époque had a great amount of influence on the world, and so I think it was
There's
really
a lot,
wonderful to be able to highlight that period.
And there's a lot to create with that kind of period. So
Yes.
thank you for your time.
Thank you for.
What can we wish you for the next?
No, I think all
Good,
of us.
good health first.
Good health, thank
Yeah.
you. Good health is good. I think what's been my focus is just telling good stories, and so just hopefully we can continue to tell good stories.
Good.
Yeah.
So we can't wait to read your next story
Thank you
or
so
to
much.
play your next
Yes.
story.
Thank
so
you.
thank you again. Congratulations with the team of Sunfall Studio
Thank
for
you.
the GOTY
Yes, thank you so much.
Jeu de l'année 2025. So I wish you the best to you and the team, of course. So
Yes.
thanks again.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye bye.